the only podcast with timely answers to your burning questions. This is Bombers.
Hi, welcome to another wonderful episode of Bombers. I am Bomber number 5, Anthony aka Deg, and I am joined today once more by Bomber number 3, Xiaber aka Xiaber.
Here I am, ready to answer some burning questions.
Be careful blowing them first, they are on fire.
I don't blow on anything.
I don't want you to, not even like old NES cartridges?
Nope.
How are you going to make it work when you stick it into the system?
I use compressed air.
That's blowing.
No, my mouth.
But that is indirectly blowing. Well, use some compressed air on these questions, because they are on fire.
All right. See, I just usually slurp hot stuff.
Like NES cartridges?
Yeah. If for some reason NES cartridges are hot stuff.
I lost the train of the metaphor that we were going for here.
Anyway, today is an exciting day. You are listening to the Bombers, therefore, it is exciting.
That is exciting, Xiaber.
If you want some real exciting stuff, well, let me get to the bombastic news.
Oh my goodness. I cannot contain my excitement.
Everyone's favorite part of the show, where I talk about the news as bombastic. And here we have something really special. Anthony,
Hi.
Did you know that we have a website?
We have a what? When did this happen, and why was I never told about it before?
Well, how did you make it without telling yourself about it? That's
I never
impressive.
tell myself anything.
That explains so much. Oh my gosh.
So what's up with this website, Xiaber? I'm like really intrigued with this information that you are just now bringing to the table.
Well, see, if you go to www.ThisIsBombers.com, you will find a website all about the Bombers, where you can find out information about us, the show, our Discord, our Twitch, where you can regularly see us play video games like 4 out of 7 times a week.
4 out of 7 times or 4 out of 7 days?
Yes.
Yes, that's right. You passed the quiz.
Yes. Maybe our Twitter is linked on that web. I'm not sure if it actually
I'm pretty
is.
sure it's on there somewhere.
All right, yeah, this is Bomber's Twitter. And our email, where you can send us questions, concerns, fan fiction.
Art. Fan art.
Fan art. Give us some fan art. We haven't had fan art in like a year or something.
I'm beginning to think we don't have fans. Just kidding. We've got a lot of great fans.
Well, I mean, you could be a fan, or you could be a friend of the show.
Segue. Nice.
Also on our website, you can see a link to our Patreon, where you can become a friend of the show by giving us $5 a month. You could become a best friend of the show by giving us $10 a month. And what do these things give you?
That's what I want to know.
It gives you exclusive micro podcast episodes, as in the pre-show and post-show. That's right, we just start recording before and after we're actually recording the episode. So you can hear what it's like to set one of these things up, and then if we actually like it or not afterward.
Spoilers. We usually don't.
You'll also get a shout out on the show, as you usually probably have been hearing us say. Thank you currently our... I know I'm on the wrong page. Here we go.
Oh boy.
Our current friends of the show, Haley, Aaron, Minted Peas, and Reaper, and our current best friends of the show, Anne and Rob.
Nice.
Other than that, you also get a few perks in our Discord, like better votes for what game we play for community nights and other stuff like that.
Consideration for being on guest episodes, which we might be doing pretty soon
about
here.
Time.
Don't want to spoil anything. You'll have to keep listening to the podcast to see who the next big guest is, but there's things in the works.
But so I mentioned friends and best friends. It looks like there's a new thing on here though, a new tier.
The executive bomb-ducer for $100 a month?
No, that's still there, but
Oh,
who's
no,
gonna do that? No, there's
no
this
one
new
will.
one. It's called Acquaintance of the Show, and it's $1 per month.
Acquaintance of the show for $1 per month? Geez, Xiber, why would I give the bombers one of my hard-earned dollars per month?
Well, you see, you can look at any posts that we put on Patreon, patron only posts, and you get to feel accomplished with yourself by becoming an acquaintance of the show.
Yep. But also read more, because there's additional information.
Let's see here. You also gain access to the Queens of the Show role on Discord server, which unlocks access to exclusive friends-only text and voice channels, which also the friends and best friends of the show also have. Don't think that you guys are excluded from something acquaintances have.
Yeah, we like our friends more than our acquaintances, obviously.
Yes.
We like our best friends best. Yeah.
I like our executive bomb-ducer the best.
Well, when they exist, they're my favorite.
So anyways, yes, we now have a new tier for those that, want to give us money but don't necessarily have the $5 to give it to us. Here's to you.
Yep. So yeah, a new tier, Acquaintance of the Show, gives you access to the friends-only text and voice channels on the Discord, and will also give you access to the quarterly, what do we call them? The State of the Bombers Direct, I think we were calling them, which is basically a quarterly update on how the whole bombination is going, I guess we'll call it.
How we feel. How we do.
Yeah.
How we wake up every morning.
It's not that granular. It does not, however, you do have to be a friend or best friend or executive bomb-ducer to get the pre and post show mini pod or micro podcasts. Is what I decided to call them, micro.
Yes, we can't just favor every single person that gives us money.
No, what would be the point of tiers if there weren't actual tiers?
Yeah.
And also tiers.
Just don't cry us a river. That's not the tiers we want.
Unless it's a river of money. I don't know what that means.
Well, then you'd be crying money instead of tears, and then you would have enough money to give us
the executive bomb-ducer.
So yeah, go ahead, cry if you cry money.
I've lost track of what's happening.
This is all because of you.
I know, and this happens. I didn't tell myself how this bit was going to go, as I don't tell myself things.
So anyway, that was bombtastic news.
That was the bombtastic news, the news which is bombtastic. I don't know why I'm repeating what you're saying.
I don't know. What's upcoming next?
Next up, upcoming are some releases for video games. Upcoming releases.
You say releases, but I only see one thing being released.
There's nothing really exciting happening this coming week, Xiber, so there is only one thing that was worth noting, and that is that on the 21st, this Thursday, Teardown will be getting its gold release on PC. This game has been in whatever they call it, the pre-release stuff, the
Alpha?
early access. That's what it's called on Steam. The early access program. It is getting its gold release on the 21st, this Thursday. This is a game that I've actually been pretty intrigued by and kind of wanting to get a hold of, because it's a whole physics simulator style shebang based off of voxels. So I don't know if you've seen anything about this before, Xiber, but it's pretty cool looking.
No, I just tried Googling it, except I looked up Tear Away instead of Teardown, which is a completely different video game.
Tear Away. Now I'm going to look up Tear Away, because I've never
It's not like that PS Vita game that was, you're like an envelope or something. Envelope person.
An envelope person? That's... Huh. Yeah, platform adventure developed... PlayStation Vita. No, Teardown is different. It's a voxel-based physics sandbox spiel.
That is interesting, because I remember, like, people being all like, look, guys, use voxels instead of something or others.
Yeah, there was some other type of, like, physics simulator type thing. Voxels are cool because they're 3D pixels, as you can see.
Part 2 update. Oh, it's snow. It it looks like a mixture of bad and good at the same time, honestly.
I mean, that's a lot of these interesting indie games recently. Bad and good mixed together.
Yeah, because like it reminds me of Legos.
Yeah, it does have that look to it. But everything is based off of physics systems as opposed to predetermined like interactions. So it's very very sandboxy.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the only thing that I felt that was an actual upcoming release, even though this has been in early access since October of 2020.
That was a while ago.
It is now getting its official gold release, so they've gotten it to the point where they deem it to be done like a full game.
Well, it has overwhelmingly positive reviews, so
yeah, I mean, it looks cool. It has been sitting on my wish list for a while, so maybe now that it's officially out, I might get it. We'll find out.
Find out next time.
But that is the upcoming releases. Teardown, Thursday, 21st. I got nothing else to say about that. Let's move on to the next thing, which is me again, to introduce you to the Weekly Bomb. Weekly Bomb, where we come up with news items to determine if they are a bomb or the bomb. Slow on that front too. It looks like, Xiaber. There's not an excessive amount to really talk about. The only news item that I found is Nintendo and Sony have announced that they are changing their subscription renewal methods after an investigation by the Competition and Markets Authority way back in 2009. That was launched in 2009, I should say. It has come down, and Nintendo and Sony have announced that they are going to be matching with Microsoft's Xbox in that when new subscriptions are created for Nintendo Online and PlayStation Plus, they will not be automatically enrolled in the auto-renewal system. You will, in fact, have to opt into auto-renewal so that then if you subscribe for a year of the service, a year later you don't get surprise hit with a $60 or however many dollar charge on that renewal. Or just cancel your service and you have to do it again unless you choose to do that so that it is not a surprise.
So there is still an option to have auto-renewal happen?
Yes, that's what has been reported. The changes that they're going for is to turn it into an opt-in system as opposed to a opt-out system.
Well, I can see that making sense. I mean, like, I look at my emails, so I see an email every time PlayStation's all like, hey, buddy, it's coming up. And I'll just be like, cool, ignoring, because, yes, I do want it to happen.
Yeah, all right, I guess I'll budget for that next month. Thanks.
Yeah, but, like, you know, there's companies that actually make software or whatever that goes out and just like, hey, we noticed that you have your email attached to all these accounts. Make sure you actually want them or whatever.
Yeah.
And so, like, you know, if we're at that point where people don't remember all the subscriptions they've purchased somehow, maybe it's a good idea that we shouldn't be having auto-renewal as the default option or only option.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those back and forth things. You know, you sign up for it and you're like, I gotta remember to cancel that later, because a lot of them are like, if you cancel now, it's just, you don't get the remaining time on your free trial or whatever. It's just going to be canceled. Or there's always the fear, like, if you cancel it, you're going to not get prorated out for the rest.
Or you got those stupid ones where it's like, we're going to need your credit card to give you this free trial.
Yeah. I don't know what kind of disreputable websites you've been on there, Xiaber.
Amazon?
Yeah, okay, mostly Amazon. Disreputable website. But it's nice that now you have to opt in. However, that could get surprising if you then have the opposite problem and forget to opt in and your account, your subscription ends. However, that does feel a lot easier to rectify than like
Yeah.
budgeting incorrectly and having an overdraft on an account or something.
Yeah. Or you could have the situation where someone is like not capable of canceling it or something like that if something happens. It's like it's a lot easier to just have it not renewed than have to go figure out how to cancel it for someone else.
Yeah, which then like we see that Microsoft with their Xbox services has did this back in January. Now Sony and Nintendo are doing it. Is it going to extend into a lot of like the other big modern day subscription packages that are the streaming services? Are they going to get hit with these CMA investigations? Are they going to switch it to an opt-in for auto-renewal instead of the opt-out system? Don't know. Overall, I think this is a pretty good thing.
Yeah.
My other question is this only going to be for new accounts, or are they going to flip the switch on all current accounts that are quote-unquote opted in? Are they going to kick them off of it and make you again have to opt in, or are they just going to say, well, if you have an old account and are already opted in, you're stuck, but new people are the ones that get the choice?
My opinion is that they should do it for existing accounts as well. Just suddenly send them a notification/email saying, hey, if you want to just keep auto renewal, click this link or whatever.
Yeah, that would be the easiest way, I would think, to do it. Hey, we due to recent changes, blah, 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 you're going to have to opt back in. But I think it's a good change. And clearly it was in response to the CMA investigation, because the article that I pulled up says that as of these announcements, their investigations have closed, like, in response to these changes. So clearly it was specifically regarding the auto renewal that had the Competition and Markets Authority looking at these subscription services.
Let's see, what else has happened here? Jim Carrey is announcing that he probably is going to retire. Whatever that means.
I mean, probably, I think, is a little bit too weak of a way to phrase it based off of the things that have been going around with what he's been talking about.
Yes, well, every single news site I've gone to has phrased it differently from each other, so it's really hard to figure out what he actually said.
I think it's because he hasn't really been giving a concerted, like, stance on it, but he has been very much talking about retiring, and what's entertaining about that is that will make Sonic the Hedgehog 2 his final movie.
Yes, which is really strange to me, because they announced that they were doing a Sonic the Hedgehog 3 before Sonic the Hedgehog 2 even came out. And so it's like, so you're telling me that you announced a movie without actually contracting the cast, like the main cast for it?
Well, it depends on if they're continuing his Robotnik character into the third one or not.
They, based on 2, are.
Or at least should. I mean, based off of Dark Knight, the Joker was supposed to be in the third Batman film, so...
That's weird. I'm glad he wasn't.
Yeah, kind of made it a better movie, I think, or at least stronger than... Speaking of, by the way, Xiber, last night, I watched the first Sonic movie, finally, actually.
Yeah?
It was way better than I thought it would be.
Right? Like...
Yeah, like, surprisingly better.
It's like people are just like, oh, it's so terrible and blah, blah. You see, like, half the people hating the Sonic part and half the people hating the human part.
The Sonic part was fine. Whatever. It's got that weird Sonic-ness to it. The human part with, like, whatever, the cop character was like, don't care. But everything that Jim Carrey touched was golden.
Yes, that was basically everything I loved about the first movie, yes.
Everything about his Robotnik was just chef's kiss amazing. It was so funny. Like, I was surprised at how funny I thought he was.
Mm-hmm.
Very good writing overall for his character, and then his actual, like, scene presence was on top of the world.
Mm-hmm. So, he had, like, a different element to himself in the second movie, but, like, I thought the Sonic stuff in the second movie was a lot better than the first movie, so it was already like, oh, cool, so now we got good Robotnik and Sonic stuff in the second movie. It's already clearly superior.
I love hearing that, because now I definitely would love to see this second one. Especially if it's going to be Jim Carrey's last movie.
That is an interesting thing to have in the history books.
Yeah, right?
I mean, he was great in it.
Oh, yeah. I also saw that he had, in one of his interviews, had said along the lines of, yeah, I'm probably, I'm probably going to retire and blah, blah, blah. But there are a few things that could definitely tempt me to make another movie, like Ace Ventura 3. Like, if Christopher Nolan was to come at me and be like, hey, I want to do this movie, then yeah, I'd probably be interested, because his take on things is just, he would come at it from a different direction, and that'd be new. So, fingers crossed for the Christopher Nolan Ace Ventura 3. Starring Jim Carrey.
Yeah, otherwise you got news sites saying that he's fairly serious about retiring.
Well, yeah, it seems like he is pretty serious. And I can't even begrudge him. I mean, it's been, a 30-plus year career, putting out, honestly, a lot of really good films overall. A couple less good ones here and there, but I like Jim Carrey.
He also says, if the Angels bring some sort of script that's written in gold ink that says to me that's going to be really important for people to see, I might continue down the road.
Well, I feel like that's the kind of caveat that, anybody's going to jump on that opportunity. No one's going to be like, no, I'm retired, if Angels come down and bring a golden script that people need to see. You're going to come out of retirement for that regardless.
I mean, it's true. Once you become a successful actor, it's not like you have to keep doing it in order to keep a living. I mean, maybe the kind of living they have, maybe, but...
Speaking of people like that, I really want to see the new Nick Cage movie.
The one that's about him?
The one that stars, the unbearable weight of massive talent.
Yeah, I don't really know much about it.
I mean, it's Nick Cage starring as Nick Cage, and Pedro Pascal as some sort of dictator type something or another. It just looks really funny.
I still love the meme that all of Nick Cage's movies are just him thinking this is his actual life, and people just trying to get things to happen for him to do it.
It's just Nick Cage being Nick Cage and people filming around him.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. I hadn't heard that one, but I like it. I mean, that's basically what this movie is Nick Cage being Nick Cage. Like, not even just him playing himself, but also he's just being himself, being crazy.
That's interesting. Honestly, I can't even tell if I like him or not. Just like every movie I see him in, I'm just all like, huh, okay.
Huh. Interesting. But I think Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent comes out this weekend as of the recording, so this past weekend as of people listening to it. Or no, next week? I don't know when. It comes out soon, and I want to see it. So that's the end of that Nick Cage segment of the Jim Carrey segment of the Weekly Bomb segment of the episode of the Bombers podcast.
I looked up Nick Cage movie, and the people also ask, is the Nicolas Cage movie real?
Nah, we're all just combined hallucinating the existence of Nicolas Cage as a person.
That'd be hilarious.
It says a lot about us, doesn't it?
Yes. I found the movie, but it's not telling me the release date, surprisingly.
Yeah, I was having that trouble too.
That is unbearable weight of massive talent.
Oh, here it is. Release date, April 22nd.
Okay, so that's
So it is
not yet.
next Friday.
Next Friday.
Or this coming Friday as of the episode release. So I have a feeling I know what I'm going to be doing this weekend.
This coming weekend. Oh.
Gonna go to a movie theater, and then on the next, wait, is that gonna be no, it'll be the episode after this one. We will talk about this movie.
Well,
cool.
No, it would be 2 episodes after this
yeah,
one?
the episode after this one.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, that version is right.
I don't know.
Whatever. Anyway,
this
is... I mean, this is a bomb to me, but, like, I'm not going to tell...
You're not going to tell Jim Carrey not to retire.
Yeah.
Do I want to see more Jim Carrey movies? Yeah, of course. Am I going to begrudge him his personal freedom? No.
Am I going to force him to make movies? No. Or be in movies?
Maybe. In the basement.
No. I don't film Jim Carrey's in the basement.
What if we made him film the Bombers movie? Which bomber would Jim Carrey play?
Well, see here, we wouldn't be forcing him to do that, because that would be the kind of situation where he would be getting a script made of golden ink.
That's the Golden Angels script, you're right.
Well, we'd have to find an angel to hand it to him, but...
Well, you know what? Using thisisbombers@gmail.com, someone should email us the bomber script penned in golden ink that we can tempt Jim Carrey out of retirement with.
We're going to need that fan fiction to be really good, guys.
Real good. Jim Carrey level of good.
Hop to it.
And, speaking of emailing us stuff, you know what I think we should do? Let's bring back...
Take over the world?
Oh, okay. Same thing we do every night. Let's bring back some Bomber's Notebook. Which we haven't done since early season 3, I think. It's been a while. Let's do Bomber's Notebook.
Let's see if I still have any questions. Here's one. This one is from Bomber's Man. And it is...
AKA not Josie. I see the question now.
Having acknowledged that most Taco Bell items are just the same five ingredients rearranged, how do you feel about the chicken chalupa versus flatbread taco? Pros, cons, and other thoughts?
I mean, the pro is that it's at Taco Bell.
This is like going to a burger place and being all like, but every burger is just a burger with a few different ingredients.
It's just ground beef and bread and some other stuff on it. Okay.
This one is just a lettuce on top instead of bottom.
This bread is thinner than that bread. Yeah, bread's different, bro. What's your point?
This bread makes me feel weird.
Bread makes you fat.
That's why I'm fat.
Yep. Same. No, I mean, it's true.
Do flatbread tacos even have chicken?
Chalupas. No, it is true.
So the chalupa and the flatbread taco already have different breads. Or shells, that's for sure.
What is a chalupa in? It's like a fried shell, right?
Yeah. I don't think it's flatbread. I don't know. It's a weird thing.
All right. Taco Bell flatbread enter. Loaded chicken flatbread taco. And also the beef and potato flatbread taco. Those are the results that I'm getting here.
There's a beefy potato flatbread taco?
This just looks like an unfried chalupa. So it's like a soft taco with lighter, poofier bread? Question mark. What am I looking at? What's happening here?
I don't know because I can't find them.
Let me send you this. That's the loaded chicken flatbread taco, which I'm going to put even.
This is an old question, clearly.
Well, yeah, it seems that way. But I don't know what the difference is between a chalupa and a flatbread taco, other than I guess the chalupa is fried bread or something. What's a chalupa? I'm going to get...
It's definitely fried.
Yeah, so I guess it's the difference between... I mean, I'd rather have the chalupa then, because the fried bread makes the bread a little crispier while still being light on the inside, because the outside gets cooked, but the inside remains like bread. And you bite into it, and it goes crunch a little bit, but then it's still chewy. Chalupa.
I'm not sure if the flatbread taco exists, because there's no add order. Like, it won't let me click on it.
I mean, it's a thing that has existed, and that's all that I care about. So, chalupa versus flatbread, I'll take the chalupa.
Yep.
Pros being all of the things that I just said, and cons being the opposite of the things that I just said.
Well, the flatbread taco is only $1.50 apparently, so there is the much, like, it's $2 less in order to not have it fried, apparently.
Well, what, how much is a chalupa?
It's like $3 something, I'm pretty sure. Especially
whatever,
the chicken chalupa, which was a limited item, so no longer exists.
True. That's a shame.
But, like, the chalupa supreme is $3.89.
That's one of the weaknesses of the everything is just the same 5 ingredients rearranged, is that they keep, like, rearranging it. So it'll be like, here's these 5 ingredients put together in this one specific way that I really like, but they've discontinued it. Even though they technically still have all of the ingredients for it. Because those ingredients are in the other things. It's just not a menu item anymore for some reason.
I went to a Taco John's recently. I know, heinous of me, right? Traitors.
That's not... You ever go to Del Taco?
Don't think there are any around me.
Good. I don't like Del Taco.
So anyway, Taco John's, they have, like, potato rounds, or the little hash round thingies. Mm-hmm. And, like, that's their side that comes with every meal. Like, instead of... I mean, Taco Bell doesn't really have... It has sides, but they don't always come with stuff. Like,
Taco Bell's
they got cinnamon
sides?
twists and the little nacho chips.
No. Here's the thing. Taco Bell's sides are just more taco.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like, here's your chalupa, and here's your side taco.
Yeah. And you know what? That's what I respect Taco Bell. They know what they're about. They're about tacos. You go, you order a combo, the side to your combo, more taco.
Okay, but
that's all I want.
Imagine that instead of having their nacho fries being, I mean, for one thing, limited edition that keeps having to come back after a month of hiatus. But another thing, being the main course of a combo. Why are the nacho fries the main course of a combo? Imagine if instead they just had it available all the time, and it was the side that came in with the chalupa instead of a taco, or maybe with the taco. I don't really care.
I mean, the other thing that annoys me about the nacho fries is that the like taco seasoning is good, and the nacho cheese sauce is good, but the fries themselves, the actual potato part of the fry, is not very good.
Imagine if they teamed up with Taco John's potato rounds, because the potato rounds are so textured. Like, the texture is so good. And, like, it's really good because of all the salt. But, like, imagine if it had the taco
seasoning and the
taco
nacho
seasoning
cheese sauce.
And the nacho cheese, because Taco Bell's nacho cheese sauce is way better than Taco John's.
Yeah, I mean, Taco Bell's nacho cheese sauce is some of the best nacho cheese sauce on the market.
It also doesn't cost $1 extra to get it for your potatoes.
What, at Taco John's?
At Taco John's, it costs $1 to get the nacho sauce.
That's absurd.
They're like, would you like nacho cheese sauce with it? Sure, all right. Find an extra $1 on my receipt.
So, ironically, the one thing that I want Taco Bell to have more of and do better is the one thing that is not one of the same 5 ingredients rearranged into most of their tacos, and that's the potatoes.
I loved when they had, like, the fries
Potato
and the
tacos.
burritos and stuff.
Yeah, I loved that too.
Like, they have that currently, but it's not included in any combo, and I'm just like, well, I don't want to just buy a single burrito and stuff, because drinks are expensive. They're only not expensive if they come in a combo.
If they're in the combo, yeah. And then the like, what did they call it? The loaded taco fries burrito or whatever that was. The taco fries burrito was really good.
Yes. Oh, also as a side, you could just get a bowl of black beans for Taco Bell.
From Taco, I don't love that thought.
Well, I had black beans and rice. That's a bit better. Then you could just order some tortillas.
Yeah, but if I'm gonna get black beans and rice, I'm gonna go to an actual Mexican restaurant, not Taco Bell. I go to Taco Bell for Americanized tacos.
I don't know any Mexican restaurants that serve black beans. I usually just see refried beans there.
Really? You're not going to the right restaurants, my friend.
Apparently not.
Apparently not.
When you actually go to the sides and sweets in Taco Bell's menu, there's the nacho fries. And they have a cheesy fiesta potato bowl. It's like, why are they sides there?
So this is no longer Bomber's Notebook. This is now Taco Bell.
This is all your fault, not Josie.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I do like chalupas, but you know what's even better? The cheesy gordita crunch.
Oh, cheesy gordita crunch.
Which is a flatbread taco with a hard shell in the middle.
Yeah, the cheesy gordita is real good.
Yeah. That's what you should really be getting.
Remember do they even still do the double decker? Do you remember the double decker taco? It was a hard shell taco inside of a soft shell taco.
I think they had for a limited time in the past year at some point.
It used to be just a main actual menu item back in the 90s.
Well, there's a lot of things that used to be main actual menu items. Remember the 50-cent grillers?
Oh wow, the grillers.
And then they became $1.50 grillers, and they stopped selling them because who the heck was going to buy them for that much?
And Taco Bell used to have straight up churros. Just straight up churros.
I'm sad that I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah, that was good times.
When I was a kid, I would literally just get cinnamon twists and 2 tacos, and that was enough for me.
But the difference between the cinnamon twists and the churros is the difference between a chalupa and a hard taco. Because the churro has the crunch on the outside, but the soft on the inside, just like the chalupa does. And the cinnamon twists are just all crunch.
Oops, all crunch.
Oops, all crunch. For I do like cinnamon twists, though. You know what I love? Taco Bell breakfast is, on fire.
Yes.
Breakfast crunch wrap with the Cinnabon poppers or whatever they call those little things.
Cinnabon Delights.
Yeah, them things. Yeah, I used to that was anytime I was on night shift or day shift working back in Vegas, that was every day I would get Taco Bell.
So years ago when they first introduced the breakfast stuff, I tried to get an iced coffee, and it was so nasty. But now they have a Cinnabon coffee, and it tastes really good.
Their breakfast burritos are pretty good at Taco Bell, too.
Yes. They got the hash brown breakfast burrito with just a hash brown in the middle of it.
Yeah. Dude, any type of, burrito or crunch wrappy, any of those things with the full-on hash brown patty in it, I am all over.
Yes.
Love it. There's that crunchy, greasy, potatoey, yum.
So anyway, Bombers, man, I hope that answered your question.
Yeah.
We have...
Thanks for the impromptu Taco Bell.
We have one other question here. It is asked by Ant. I don't know who's Ant, but
sounds like a real cool guy who's everybody's friend and nobody dislikes him.
I wonder who that could be.
It's probably some awesome number 5 type of person.
Pretty sure number 5 in Kids Next Door is a girl.
I forgot about Kids Next Door.
So anyway, the question is, what is your favorite musical? Stage or movie, or one answer for each if different. Huh.
Oh. Do you even like musicals, Xiber?
Oh, I love musicals.
Nice.
I
Me
mean,
too.
like, it depends on the musical, because, like, I'll love musicals if the story actually, continues on by the music happening. It's always a pain when
Contains.
they, like, pause the story in order just to sing about crap, and then they continue the story after that, because then it's just like, well, what was the point of the song then?
Give me an example of that failing. I mean, other than Cats, because Cats doesn't have a story.
Mostly High School Musical, like, that definitely fails it. There's, like, one or two songs maybe
Oh.
that will continue the story, or, like, put more explanation of what's going on, but otherwise it's just
Music numbers for the
completely
sake of
unneeded.
music numbers.
Yes. Compared to Chicago, where, like, every song continues
It's
the
part
plot.
of. Yeah.
I love
I mean-
Chicago. Or Into the Woods, where the whole thing is almost just them singing.
Just singing. It's more of an opera than anything.
Yeah.
I like more along the lines of like the Andrew Lloyd Webber, Stephen Sondheim stage musical type stuff. Like Sweeney Todd's really good, obviously. That's like top tier Sondheim right there. Wicked's enjoyable. If I was trying to pick a favorite, I mean, I hate picking favorites to begin with. I mean, I made fun of it earlier, but I do really like Cats, the original, not the
The show and not the movie, or
well, even the original like movie that is just them filming the stage production, but like the movie that came out recently was like not that great.
yeah, I do say it would be nice for them to do more of that, of filming the musical production. Like, I enjoyed watching the Hamilton, which was that.
Yeah, that was an actual just filmed of on stage, and that was really good.
Yeah, it was like filming like 2 or 3 shows and then editing them together, and it worked really well.
Yeah, the Sweeney Todd film with Alan Rickman and Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter. You know that one?
Yeah.
I think that was even done by Burton. I don't actually know for sure, but I can't imagine
Think
that it wasn't.
It was based on that
That-
cast.
Yeah, based off the cast alone. That was a good version. That was not just them filming a stage production. I liked Joseph the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat with Donny Osmond. That was another one that wasn't really a stage production film. Although it was staged similar to a stage production to a degree, but it wasn't just them filming a stage production. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Another good stage musical is Twisted.
Oh, I haven't seen that one, but I do want to.
Yeah, if you ever want to see a version where Jafar is the good guy,
Yep.
and like not in a stupid way.
Yeah, definitely treating it as more a straight up comedy
I mean,
style
yes.
twist as opposed to a apologetic style like
Yeah.
Wicked or what was the Maleficent, that one where they took the villain and made the villain the main character with a
Yeah.
tragic backstory and etc. I also want to see some other ones like Six, which is a musical about Henry VIII's 6 wives. Or I like the Beetlejuice soundtrack, but I don't know that I ever want to see the Beetlejuice musical.
Yeah.
But the soundtrack's good. Like, it's entertaining. There's other ones that I've only heard the soundtrack to and I don't know if I want to see them or not, but I like the soundtrack. There's crap, what's that one called with the movie with Lindsay Lohan? Mean Girls. There was a Mean Girls musical.
Oh, that sounds interesting. Well, they also had like
right?
a Legally Blonde musical.
That was the next one I was about to mention, was the Legally Blonde one. There's been a lot of that weird. Here, let's take a popular movie from the past and turn it into a musical. Like, where did that trend come from?
Bored college students? I don't know.
Yeah, probably. And
I don't care. I don't care for the actual movie Mamma Mia, but I love its soundtrack.
Well, that's because it's ABBA, so.
Yeah, but like I like their version of the ABBA songs.
Oh, I see what you're saying. The actual movie soundtrack version of the songs.
Yeah.
God, I mean that's like the new Cats movie. The soundtrack's pretty good. The movie's terrible, but the soundtrack is solid. You know.
I don't know.
Well, it's solid.
I'll take your word for it.
Didn't they do a trying to remember now.
They did not then, I guess.
Well, Dear Evan Hansen, I think they turned into they did a movie version of that.
Yeah, and everyone didn't like it.
Yeah, that's what I heard, yeah. Be More Chill, that was another good one. Or at least the soundtrack's really good.
Well, anyways, whoever Ant is, I hope we answered your question.
Or at least just talked about musicals long enough that you forgot what your question was.
I forgot what your question was. That is all the time we have for Bomber's Notebook.
But if you want to send us more questions, email us, or just drop your questions into the Questions for Bomber's Notebook channel on the Bombers Discord.
You can't miss it. It's the only channel that you have to have a question mark at the end of your sentence to have it show up in.
It's also the only channel that begins with a Q. Is that helpful? Do you think that's going to get people there?
No. It's in between Bombers Chat and Strim Chat. You can't miss it.
Speaking of not missing things, I don't know what the end of this segue is, but how about the Minish recap? Did you play any games, Xiaber, or do anything interesting at all?
Well, you see, I've been playing some Final Fantasy XIV still, because what else am I going to do with my life now?
I'd lose it into an MMO like anybody who's ever played an MMO.
Yeah, I used to play an MMO. Now I'm playing this one instead. So I just recently finally got to the Heavensward, which is the first expansion of the game. So I'm finally through the initial stuff. I say initial when I mean not the version that got literally blown up, but yes.
But Realm Reborn, which is the new initial.
The new initial.
Yeah.
So I play as a scholar, which is a healer that has a little fairy heal people for me so I can still attack instead. But since someone also wants to be healer.
Who could that be that only ever plays healer in video games?
I am trying to find a new DPS or damage person job to play as whenever that person actually shows up.
You know what? Someone who only plays healer like that sounds like someone that would ask a question about musicals.
Huh. I guess we'll have to figure out whose aunt is like that. So, since I'm now in the Heavensward, though, it means I should be able to be the Machinist, Machinist, whatever it's called, class, which is all about ranged gun shooting, because why would you melee people with a gun?
Pistol whip.
But yeah, that one looks really fun. I just need to go unlock it first. And then I'll be the lower level to play with all the lower level people still in dungeons.
That's good, right? That's what you want?
I mean, it'll work. Because then I'm not going to be a little 55 scholar that's all like, oh, I can't use most of the skills that I've unlocked since level 30.
Fair enough. Yeah. I eventually will play more Final Fantasy. I just need to find the time.
Well, Haley is really into it now, especially now that she can actually play it on the couch instead of on the floor.
On the floor.
Because we have a bigger TV now. For
Nice.
whatever reason, during a power outage, one of the 3 TVs we had fried itself, even though it was plugged into a surge protector. And it just happened to be our main TV we were using.
The universe knew exactly which TV it was targeting when it did that.
So we were planning on getting a new TV soon anyway. This just made us do it quicker. So we got a nice 65-inch 4K, which is my first 4K TV. So finally get to use the PS5 on that baby.
Needed to get that 4K for that PS5.
Yeah. First thing I did was played a bit of Final Fantasy XII on it, and we were both all like, whoa, it's so huge and, like, different looking. It was really hard to explain it. It's like, oh, it's just 4K. Like, it's just
But it is still just Final Fantasy
giant.
XII.
Yeah, it was just a PS2 game. Well, it's the PS4,
Like,
fancy up-res version, but yeah.
But it's still not a full-on 4K fancy PS5 game.
No.
And neither is Final Fantasy XIV. So
Yeah, so...
you're really squandering that 4K television over there, Xiaber.
Well, Haley was all like, oh, you should put in Stranger of Paradise. And I'm just like, well, it's already going to look different because when she was playing it on the PS5, I was playing it on the PS4 in order to do multiplayer. So, like, it was already amusing just looking at the 2 TVs and seeing giant difference in graphics.
Even if both TVs were still, like, high def.
Yeah, 1080, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm ready
Which is
to...
high def.
No, I don't know, maybe I'll put on VR and play Beat Saber and see what the difference is.
But that's not... You know that's not how that works.
Are you sure?
Yes.
If you say
I
so.
really... as I mentioned earlier, other than the Sonic movie that I did end up watching this week, I have not done much. I did my taxes. That's exciting.
Woo.
Got them done real early this year.
That's how we pay for the TV.
Nice. Yeah, I usually try to set up my, whatever from my paycheck that I get as small a return as possible. So that way I have the money throughout the year instead of getting it as a cash return.
Well, since we filed jointly...
Oh, that changed everything, didn't
That
it?
changed everything. We're just all like, whoa. It's like, she put her stuff in, and then I put my stuff in. We're like, whoa, why did it go down? Like, the amount that we were going to get back.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll change it. But I also sat downstairs instead of up here with my 4K television and was playing some Deep Rock Galactic on the PS5 with Rumor. And
I have that game.
it feels just as good on a controller as it does on keyboard and mouse. So
Good.
I now have 4 different accounts that I've been leveling up because I've got it on the Xbox Game Pass and on Steam and on PlayStation. So I have Xbox, PC, and PlayStation versions of Deep Rock Galactic now.
What's the 4th account?
I said 3.
No.
In my head, I said 3.
Well, your head and your mouth say different things.
Oh, that's because I don't talk to myself.
Oh, is that what the DRG is?
Deep Rock Galactic.
Let's see.
DRG.
I was still thinking Final Fantasy XIV, so I was like, Dragoon?
Oh, okay, no.
Because that's the abbreviation for that class.
Dave's Renergy Guide.
Dirty, rancid, grungy. I don't know.
3 Dirty Dwarves. No, it's Deep Rock Galactic. It's been fun. I've been having a good time playing that.
So that's the one where you play as dwarves and you, like, get pipes set up, right?
Yeah, you dig through asteroids, collecting minerals and setting up pipes and blah, 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 killing bugs. The bugs are a big part of the game. They will murder you.
So you're saying that the game is really glitchy and they should have worked on it more?
No. The enemies are actually insects.
Oh. Yeah, that's completely different.
Although apparently, when Rumor went through the first tutorial level, he accidentally glitched himself outside of the map. So I guess there are some actual bugs, as opposed to bugs, in the bug game. Game bug. What?
I don't know.
It's fun. I like Deep Rock.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
That's it. I did nothing else this week. Taxes. Oh, I mean, I guess I had my mom's birthday that we hung out. That was nice. Smoked a turkey breast. Turned out real good.
Yeah, I mean, I watched Sonic 2 last week, so...
Yeah, which you liked.
I liked it. Haley wasn't able to punch me because we had a popcorn bucket in between us as a shield.
Good.
But she absolutely loved Tails in it. Tails was pretty great.
Idris Elba Knuckles.
That was also pretty
things.
great.
Yeah.
Do not worry, guys. You will not feel sexually towards this Knuckles, even with Idris Elba's voice.
Speak for yourself.
I really like this Knuckles. He wasn't portrayed as stupid. He was portrayed as, like, noble and...
The original Knuckles
kind of
from...
oblivious or ignorant or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, the original Knuckles from, like, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, not
Sonic Boom.
The Sonic Boom Knuckles. Yeah.
Yeah, so really liked it. Excited to see more.
Yeah. The third one will exist eventually, according to the announcement.
Apparently. But there's also going to be the Knuckles TV show to watch.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the Knuckles TV show. That's right. Do want to watch that, too. By the way, I watched Sonic because I have access to Paramount Plus now, which means that I can, in fact, watch the Halo and the Star Trek Picard and Lower Decks and all of that stuff.
I've still only seen the first 2 episodes of Halo, but this coming Tuesday, as in tomorrow, I guess, I should be able to watch the next 2.
Yeah, eventually I'll sit down and watch it. I have a feeling that I'm probably going to end up just waiting for the series to finish up and binging the whole season at once. I did watch the first episode of Lower Decks, and I very much enjoyed that, so I want to watch more of that. But I also like Star Trek, so that helps.
I finished the first season of Silver Spoon, which is some kind of slice of life of farming, agriculture, high school thing. That was interesting.
I remember when that one came out, and Rumor recommended it to me, and I watched the first episode and then none of it, because that's what I do to anime.
It was also subbed, which I was disappointed in, but I'm able to occasionally look at the screen and read the text as I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV, so...
That game has a iron vice grip on your soul.
Well, if other people on the Bombers Discord are going to be playing it, I want to make sure that I can play it with them.
Yep. We're still trying to get together enough people to warrant making a free company. So if you play Final Fantasy XIV or have ever been interested in playing Final Fantasy XIV, hit us up on the Bombers Discord. You can play with Xiaber. He's on it all the time because he doesn't know how to say no.
Yep, we're on the Crystal database and the Goblin server.
I'm told that means something to you.
Hopefully.
I don't know.
That's where you are, too.
Yeah, and I had to sit down and have you teach me how to do that.
Yes.
So... I got nothing else for this episode, Xiaber.
Go ask us questions. Go become acquaintances. Unless you're already friends, then keep doing what you're doing. We love you.
Thank you. Thank you for being a friend. And we love you.
Give us fan art. Fan fiction.
And we love you.
Fan paintings.
Ooh, fan painting would be cool.
Paint those fans.
Oh, man. What if you painted a fan so that while it was spinning, it made some sort of art on your ceiling?
That would make a giant mess, and it would not be hitting the ceiling. It would be going onto your floor.
No. I mean, like, so that as the fan is spinning, it made some sort of circle, like a bomb circle, on the blades with on displaying. You know,
you might need to show how that works for us to understand what you're talking about.
Is this fan conversation part of the post show, or is that the end of the actual episode? Okay, we'll find out when it gets edited.